Hi, this is Ike. So today we're just on LeetCode, and I think I'll just pick a random easy problem and try to solve it. So there's a whole bunch of problems here. I'm just gonna click pick one. We might get a problem that's not easy, but we can always just keep trying again. All right, so we finally got an easy problem. Let's switch the language to Python 3. Okay, says a website domain like discuss.leetcode.com consists of various subdomains. At the top level, we have com. At the next level, we have leetcode.com. And at the lowest level, discuss.leetcode.com. When we visit a domain like discuss.leetcode.com, we will also visit the parent domains leetcode.com and com implicitly. Now, call a count paired domain to be a count representing the number of visits this domain received, followed by a space, followed by the address. An example of a count pair domain might be 9001 discuss.leetcode.com. We are given a list CP domains of count paired domains. We would like a list of count paired domains in the same format as the input and in any order. That explicitly counts the number of visits to each subdomain. So I don't completely understand it just reading that. So I'm gonna look at some examples. So the input is this 901 discuss.leetcode.com, and the output is so we just have what's the 9001? Hold up. Now call a count pair domain. So it's a count representing the number of visits this domain received, followed by a space, followed by the address. Oh, okay, so they pair the count with the domain. Okay. And all right, so they give us the count and the domain. And so we have to give a new list with the count, then the full domain, and then I guess we slowly chop things off. So it's like 9001, then discuss.leetcode.com, 9001, then leetcode.com, then just 9001 and com. So yeah, we only have one website domain, discuss.leetcode.com. The subdomain leetcode.com and com will also be visited. So they will all be visited 9001 times. Oh, okay. Um, and this one, oh, but this one we have counts and different addresses. So here we have 900 google.mail.com. Okay. So this one wants nine, oh, okay. 901 mail.com, 50 yahoo.com. So why is that nine? Oh, okay. I see. So mail.com gets 900 from google.mail.com, and then it also gets one from intel.mail.com. Because technically, mail.com is being visited 900 plus one times from like the google.mail, then the intel.mail. Okay, okay. So yeah, we will visit google.mail.com 900 times, yahoo.com 50 times, intel.mail.com once, and wiki.org 5 times. For the subdomains, we will visit mail.com. Yeah, 900 plus 1 equals 901 times. Com will get 900 plus 50 plus 1 times. Okay, so let's think of how we can solve this. It almost, in my mind, I'm already thinking of uh, so in my mind, I'm already thinking of a hash table because we need to store the, first, I guess we need to like break this up into its components. Uh, and then we need to count each uh, we need to break it up into its components to find the subdomains, like after each dot. And then we just need to have counters for each subdomain. Okay, so yeah, I think the first thing we should do is like break up these strings. So we know we're going to get a count and then an address. So let's see. Let's have a function. We can just call it like split. Split. Oh, not split. Like split address, and that'll just take in the domains. Put a pass there for now. Okay. And so then the first thing we'll do is we'll just say, let's just say return the list, and we'll call this here. So we'll say, how do we want to represent this though? So we can say for, let's see, for D and CP domains, we'll say we'll say count domain is equal to d.split, and we'll do it on the space. And let's just print these things just to make sure it like actually works. So we'll just say self.split address and just type in CP domains, take this out, and we should see a few print statements. Okay, we got the wrong answer, which was expected, but we got some nice standard output. So I'm just going to say, I'm going to split these up though so they're not on the same line. Let's run this. Okay, cool. So we get the count and we get the domain. But for the count, actually, we want to make that a number, because I'm pretty sure that's still a string right there. So we'll just say like count equals int count. Okay. And run code. I guess we won't see any visible, there should be no visible changes in the output. But still wanted to do that. So let's then go up here. And so we've successfully like split the count and the domain, but now we actually want to process this. So basically, the next thing I'm thinking that we need to do is probably process these subdomains, because we need to keep a count for the full domain here. Then, like say if we're looking at google.mail.com, we need to keep a count for the full one. Then we need to keep a count for mail.com, and then like .com alone. All right. So then let us go to here. Let's just say like process domain, and it's just going to take a domain. Put a pass on there. Let me space this out. And I'll delete these print statements since we don't need them anymore, hopefully. Let's go here. And so what do we want to do? So first, we know, actually, let's take in that count too. Let's take in that count too. So we have a count and a domain. So we'll say self dot, got to put in self. So we'll say self dot process domain, and we'll just put in the count and the domain. Okay. And so what do we want to do here? So we need to keep track of the count, and I think it would probably be best to use a dictionary for that. So I'm just going to call this, I guess I can't call it map. I'll just call it D, yeah, I guess, yeah, whatever. I'll just call it D equals dictionary. And then now we need to process the subdomains. And how do we get those? So we know for sure that there's dots between all of these domains. So then let's try, we'll say that split domain equals domain dot split on a period. And let's just print out split domain just to see how it looks like. So run it. We should see like discuss, then LeetCode. Yeah, we should see discuss, LeetCode, com there. So that's good. And so the map needs to basically take in all of these uh, with the same count. So then, here we can say, I'm trying to think, do we even need to? No, yeah, we probably do want to keep track of the dots. So what's a good way of putting these in? I guess I'll just kind of go the brute force way. I'm thinking that if we do, uh, hmm, because we want the entire thing for one, and then we basically want to go, we want one less each time. So I'm going to say for I in range, let's do the length of split domain. So yeah, it seems kind of expensive, but I think this is, it seems kind of expensive, but I think this is one way of doing it. So let's try to do, let's see. Yeah, so we'll say the domain, or no, we don't want to touch, well, we've already used domain up here, but let's just say like, uh, we don't, yeah, we don't need domain again at this point, so I'll just overwrite it. But we'll say domain dot, so split, yeah, split domain is a list at this point. It's a list that looks like this. So let's try to join these so we get the full thing, and then leetcode.com, and then com. So I'm going to say split domain dot join, and here we'll just do, uh, oh, whoops, we'll do dot join and split domain. And let's just print it out and see what happens. We should be able to see the different addresses. And we'll take out this print statement here. And let's run code. Oh, whoops! I didn't even change anything in the for loop. So we basically want a different range each time. So let's think about this. How can we splice this so we get what we want? So the first time around, we want everything. And all that is doing should be, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think we can just pass in I right here. It'll just put like, it'll just get I to the end. Uh, it should just get I to the end. So say like discuss would be at position 0, LeetCode would be at 1, com would be at 2. So when I is 0, we want to get everything. When I is 1, we just want to get leetcode.com. And then when I is 2, we just get the com. So yeah, let's run it and see. Cool, yeah, so we get discuss.leetcode.com, leetcode.com, and com. All right, so then now we actually need to put it in the dictionary along with its count. So we'll say if, let's take out the print statement and store this in a, uh, let's say like, let's say, I'm struggling with the names today. So we'll say like domain string. So if domain string is, not in D, yeah, if domain string is not in D, then we will say if domain string is not in D, then we will, let's see, it's not in D, then we'll say D at domain string is just going to be equal to the count. And then if it is in there though, then we're adding to something. So we're going to say D at domain string plus equals the count. Okay? And then after that, we should just be able to return the dictionary that we just created. So I'm just going to say return D. All right. Okay, so what's next? We have the dictionary with the counts there. So let us then go back down to here. So process domain should return a dictionary. So say like, let's say like domain dictionary equals process domain count. So then we actually have, yeah, so we actually are just creating a dictionary for, So this is creating a dictionary for each uh, domain, like each count and domain. So let's try to do, maybe we shouldn't create the dictionary here actually. We should probably be using one dictionary and passing it into the function by reference. So we'll say like domain dictionary, and we'll change these names. And so we actually don't need to return anything. Okay, so we'll pass in a dictionary. So we'll say domain dictionary is equal to empty dictionary. And so we'll process domain with the domain dictionary. Because now, so if we have something like this, we want to get mail.com from every single domain, and we want to aggregate the counts. So we should, we're going to need like a dictionary that is added to by every single domain and count. All right, so then let's see, we have domain dictionary is equal to dict. Then we say for D in CP domains, we split it, get the count and domain, process domain with the count, the domain, and the dictionary. And so let's print out, so after we do this, let's just print out the domain dictionary and see how it looks. At this point, we should just see, like 9001 with LeetCode.com, discuss.leetcode.com, and 90001 com. So let's see how it goes. So that should be changed to that, and let's run it again. Okay, wrong answer, but oh, that's kind of a large count. It's getting 2 times that. It's getting 2 times that. So why is it getting that 2 times? Oh, whoops. Yeah, that's probably not the way to do it. So if it's not in the domain dictionary, we want to initialize it with 0, with a count of 0. Okay, and so we have discuss.leetcode.com with count 9001, leetcode.com with the same count, and com with the same count. So now we need to work on outputting it. And I was kind of glancing at the output. It says the answer output can be returned in any order. So let's actually work on doing that. So we'll say for key value, and this will be for count domain in, that should be in domain dict.items. We'll say like result equals nothing for now. And then how do we need to return this? We just need to say, we just need to put the count and then the address. So we'll say result.append, and we'll use an f string here because we need the count space the address. So we'll say the count and the domain. And we can return result. And I noticed we did not have a return down here because we call subdomain visits, then we return split address. Split address calls process domain, and let us run it. Okay, wrong answer. Oh, whoops, yeah, so the domain was the key and the count was the value. All right, let's run that again. Okay, cool. So let's submit and see how it goes. All right. Well, it looks like it succeeded. Got 97%. So the speed was pretty good. The memory not so good. So I'll probably take a look at the solution or the discussions to see other ways of doing the problem because there's most likely much cleaner ways to get this done. So yeah, if there's any other LeetCode problems, HackerRank problems, or coding projects you want to see done on this channel, please let me know in the comments down below. And I hope this was helpful to you. So thank you.